up, we're going to start the night with a bit of a mystery and a whole lot of adventure. Rob LeLacheur wants you to experience the mystery tour. He'll take you places you've never heard of in Alberta and make you want to go there.
Hi, everybody. So, 10 years ago, if you were driving down Highway 2 about an hour south of Edmonton, you would have seen this ragtag bunch of guys standing on the side of the road staring down at the pavement. This was the very first hour of the very first mystery tour, but I'll come back to that in a second. We've all kind of experienced at one time or another when we're trying to think of planning a getaway as a group, and it gets really hard, especially in bigger numbers. Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Where are we going to stay? What are the fun activities that we're going to do? Where are we going to eat? It just gets harder and harder. So we wanted to come up with something that kind of took choice out of our control. So my family, the boys, the Lolly boys, we wanted to do it, but we didn't know what to do. And I made this bold suggestion of, let's do a mystery tour. So obviously the name kind of caught everyone's interest. Everyone was on board with it. Okay, let's do it. So how did we do it exactly? We committed to roll 2 dice 4 times, the direction and how long we would drive. So that was the first hour. You saw us there. Now we ended up that very first year in Whitecourt, Alberta. So what did we do? Well, it was National Fishing Day that day, so you didn't need a license. So we went to Canadian Tire, we bought some rods, went fishing. You can see by my rally cap, we didn't have much luck with the fishing, but a good time nonetheless. Pro tip, if you ever go to Whitecourt, they do not like orange pineapple shirts at the bar. My night ended with being told, F you man and F your pineapples. We figured after that first year that that was a little too chaotic for us, so what we do now, one family of the 4 plans the entire weekend, and we rotate it each year. So the one family knows where we're going, no one else knows, and that really keeps it the mystery tour. But we do have rules as we go along. One of the rules is where we eat. We work really hard to avoid chains. We like to eat in the local spots. Here we are in Wayne, Alberta at the Last Chance Saloon. Awesome spot if you've ever been. We had to have a little horseshoe tournament, and we even got to make our own steaks. That was pretty cool. We do go golfing every year. That's an absolute. Here we are in Stettler, Alberta. I have no idea why, but my Uncle Ted thought it'd be pretty fun if he made us all wear orange hats for the day. Added to the trip a little bit. Speaking of hats, this past year, we got my son, Parker, the rookie fireman hat. Now, we've been doing this trip long enough that we actually have rookies on the trip. The family has grown as they come along. My poor brother-in-law was the rookie for 5 years, so he had to get us beers for 5 years straight. Parker just turned 18 in September. We waited for him to turn 18 so he could join us. Great time. Now, every mystery tour must have at least 3 activities. Here we are, this particular year. Boy, we drove lots. We made it. We were close to Golden, BC for a little zip lining, and I'm not going to lie, my uncles needed a little bit of liquid courage to get them on that zip line that day. It was a pretty exciting day because from there we went downriver for a little whitewater rafting. None of us had ever done it before, and that's one of the beauties of the mystery tour. We get to do things that, when you're told that, okay, here's the 10 ways you'll die if you fall out of the boat, and makes for an exciting journey. So great on the activity front. We're a pretty competitive family, and we like to have tournaments. I think this particular day we're having a shuffleboard tournament, and every tournament needs a winner, and every winner needs a trophy. Well, we don't carry trophies with us, but if you look around in your surroundings, you're usually pretty quick to find a trophy. So we borrow it for a trophy presentation, always works out well. In each town, we try to reach out to the locals. The fellow on the left is the front desk guy at Sullivan Lake. We asked him where to go. He said, well, there's the Rodeo Beer Gardens at Benalto tonight. You should go there. We're like, okay. So off we go. As we're walking out, he says, Benalto, shit show. Made me a little nervous, but what was one of the greatest nights of our lives. If you ever find yourself in Benalto at the rodeo on a Saturday night at midnight, you'll hear the announcer say, "Get your team together for the human chuck wagon races." 3 rounds later, we took second place. Now, it's not all high stakes races. We do like a little culture in our trips. And so here we are in Torrington, Alberta, at the world famous Gopher Museum. You have not lived until you've seen a stuffed gopher posed like a curler. Some of our activities do involve a little contact. I will save you the photo, but here we are, paintball outside of Camrose. When your uncle shoots you at close range from behind in the derriere, it leaves one nasty, nasty mark. Speaking of nasty marks, here's my brother-in-law Carson, about to get railroaded by a cow. We are at the Valley View Rodeo for the cow milking competition. Now don't worry, Carson, he was okay. However, the blue jeans at the top is Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted broke a rib that day. We have been to the hospital a couple times on the mystery tour. All around the province, I figure we've been to about 25 different cities and towns. Yes, we even went to Calgary. But it's forced us into corners of our province that we probably never would have ever gone on our own. We've done bobsledding, zip lining, ferry rides, chuck wagon races, human chuck wagon races, skeet shooting, archery. The list goes on, and even a few activities we probably shouldn't be doing. But one of the absolutely best things ever about the mystery tour that we get to enjoy year after year is the time we get to spend with our family, with our dads, our uncles, our cousins, and for me this year, my son, 3 generations. If you ever had the chance to make your own mystery tour for one night or for one weekend, trust me, you will love every ounce about it. I'm Rob LeLacheur. Thank you very much.